Hello folks, my name is David Edgar. I'm the host of Heart and Hand, the Rangers podcast, and I'm coming to you today to talk about Rangers' match against Motherwell at Fir Park, which ended 2-2 and was, I'm going to bust this out but you can use it, a game of two halves. Yes, use that phrase, I think it might catch on. All joking aside, we were hoping from a reaction from Rangers, but what we got instead was a continuation of the performance that we saw against Kilmarnock a couple of weeks ago in the first half. Rangers were awful, and that's not overplaying it at all. We were really terrible in that first half, and nothing worked. Nobody played well, and in fact several played very badly. Matched that Motherwell played really well. They executed their game plan, I thought, pretty flawlessly. I thought that the lad men they had up front was excellent. Cadden, Campbell, all playing well. They take the lead through a soft penalty. Russell Martin, who had another poor game, and I'm starting to wonder how many goals it is he's cost us now, and I wouldn't be making him a permanent signing. Given the wages that he'll be after, I don't think he's shown anything at all to suggest that he's someone that we should be looking to keep given his age. And it was a soft penalty, but he was wrong side. He shouldn't have allowed himself to be in that position. The Motherwell player leaps to the ground, which I suppose you expect. Penalty, 1-0 down, and then minutes later, we again more defensive calamity. James Tavernier isn't strong enough. The fullbacks are dozy. The midfield don't track the runners. Graham Dorrans was back in the side today for the first time in 6 months, and it's not his game naturally. And I think you've also got to excuse him being a little bit rusty. But we go 2-0 down, and at that point, I know that currently I resemble a tramp, and at that point I would have pleasured an actual tramp to get a draw. Never mind the victory, because Motherwell could easily have gone in at half time 3 or 4 up, and it wouldn't have been unfair. Second half, Rangers come out and take the game by the scruff of the neck, and suddenly all the things that we weren't doing in the first half we're doing in the second. We get a dodgy penalty, and there I said it, when I felt that it did look like a penalty kinda in real time, but the referee shouldn't have given it. We'll take it though, and James Tavernier, fair play to him, very coolly puts it away. And a minute later we're level when Jamie Murphy, excellent goal from Jamie Murphy, because if you watch, he cuts in, but he doesn't just cut in and leather it, he cuts in and he waits for the space to open up, and as soon as it does, he's only got one place to put it and one moment to put it there, and he does it. And 2-2, and at that point you're thinking, okay, here we go. Rangers till about the 70th minute I thought were by far the better side, but 70 minutes to 80 minutes Motherwell start to get a foothold into the game. Rangers have a few kind of near opportunities, I would say, rather than chances toward the end, but you can't say a draw wasn't a fair result. It absolutely was a fair result based on what we witnessed. Interestingly, I thought the referee gave us nothing in the first half, absolutely nothing. Every 50-50 went to Motherwell. In the second half, he gave us everything. Every 50-50 went to us, including several times when I'm like, that's a foul, by one of our players, but he's given it to Motherwell. And I suppose the argument is it's balanced out, but is that what we want from a referee? Should they be in a position where I think, quite obviously, they've had a look at it and went, Christ, I'll give everything to Motherwell there, I'll give everything to Rangers. That's not what you want. You just want them to be correct and be accurate. And it's really disappointing that's the standard of refereeing that we get at the moment. And as I say, it's worked both ways for us. It's went well for us and it's went badly today. But it's not good enough. It's not what we need. And I think we've all got to get together and say, look, we need a better standard of refereeing in this country. For Rangers, where does it leave us? Well, it's a point. And if you want to take a positive, the second half performance and the reaction was good. I would say, though, that if we had been going into the Celtic matches without something like that, given the 3 halves of football that had preceded it, then we would have been in serious trouble. So we've got to try and work that second half for as much as we can. We're in a real battle for second, and make no bones about it. Aberdeen will be fancying their chances. Hibs, I don't think, have counted themselves out. And unless Rangers pick up some form, and soon, then Aberdeen are I would say, going to waltz it, because Aberdeen knock off the teams you expect them to beat, whereas this Rangers team can knock off anybody on their day, but then they can lose to anybody on their day, and we've seen it so often. That's before you even get into the home form, which I do think is a thing, because if we go 2 down to Motherwell at Ibrox, we don't come back. There's something in the heads of these players. We don't come back from that. Yet today they managed to do so, and it's a credit to them for doing it. I think we do have concerns. I think the Alves and Martin partnership is woeful. I would ship both of them out in the summer. I haven't seen anything from either of them to suggest that we should be paying the kind of wages that they'll be on. I think in midfield again, the problem we have with Josh Windass, and he gets a lot of criticism, is that it's not that Josh Windass is a bad player, it's that he needs the rest of the team to be playing well for him to flourish. And if they're not, and they don't have command of the midfield, then he's a man down. And that's kind of the manager's fault rather than his. In a game like this today, we need an extra man in midfield. We've seen it so often. There will be games you can afford to have Josh Windass, but the thing is, Josh Windass is a bit of a luxury player. He's an additional threat. He's not good enough to set the whole team round, and that's what Rangers do. That's what Graham Murray does. And I think that will be the hill that Graham Murray dies on in terms of his managerial aspirations. There are rumours abounding that he's been told he's not getting the job. I don't know if they're true or not, but to me, he looked a man who knows that his time is very nearly up. And to be honest, there's been low points, there's been high points. I've been backwards and forwards. Any of you who watch these videos will know that, but it's not coalescing into a body of evidence that says yes, you should be given the manager's job, and that's just a fact. I do think Graham Murray's talented. I do think he'll go on and be a good manager somewhere, but I just don't think this is his time when it comes to Rangers, sadly. So onwards now to a very big game next week that we'll all look forward to. If Rangers play the way they played against Kilmarnock in the first half, we'll lose, and probably lose heavily. If Rangers play the way they played the 6 games preceding that, and for large chunks of the match against Celtic when it was 11 against 11, we've got every chance. I think we can do it. I think we will do it. That's not to say we will do it, but I'm certainly not defeatist about it. But what we need is everybody to turn up and everybody to be on their game, and we need the manager to be brave and to play the extra midfielder, whether that's McCrory who was back on the bench, whether that was Dorrans who came through the 90 minutes today, I don't know. But he's got to be brave, and he's got to say, no, sorry Josh, we know you've got ability and you will feature, but this is not the match for you. And time will tell. Okay, folks, if you want more from us, you can listen to the Heart Hand Rangers podcast every Monday and Thursday. It comes out on iTunes, Android, all the usual places, YouTube as well. We post it up here. And if you want even more, we produce 3 shows a day. 3 shows a day on our Patreon site, where there's hours and hours of extra content with everything from history of Rangers, from comedy shows, from European football shows, from tactics shows, from breakdowns of the match. There's already a podcast up about today's match that lasts 40 minutes. Tons and tons of content. You will find something you don't like on there. Think of us like a circus. If you don't like the clowns, you'll like the elephants. If you don't like the elephants, you'll like the acrobats. We've got all of them in Rangers terms on the Heart and Hand Patreon site. So it's patreon.com/heart and hand. It's only $1.99 per month. I think you will enjoy it. Please go and check it out. Okay, folks, thank you very much for listening. I'll talk to you again after the semi-final next week. Cheers. Bye.